I love that sound because every time I hear that sound, it means another episode of the Xbox International Podcast. Oh man, today we have a very awesome episode with a very awesome guest, which he is Canadian plus Azarus, a YouTube game streamer, virtual photography, husband, dog dad, GeForce Now ambassador from Cloud and Console PlayStation Brothers, Rudix. What's up, brother? Welcome to Xbox International Podcast, and thank you, brother, for joining us. How you doing, and what you been playing?
What's going on? Thank you for having me. It's been awesome to be invited onto the show. I appreciate that opening. You're all too kind. Yes, you know what? I have been doing amazing things on the PlayStation, gaming on some epic stuff. Helldivers 2 has been absolutely amazing to jump in with friends. Loving that at any opportunity I can get. I'm almost maxed out on my level now. I've got all the upgrades. It's just such a blast. And then my main game that I'm playing on single player is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Man, the production level, the emotions, the story. Yuffie is my number one. Oh my gosh, she's amazing. Love that game. And then I'm also playing Baldur's Gate 3 with buddies of mine, enjoying that. And every Wednesday night, I get together with my family and we're playing Fortnite, getting those victory royales. So I'm all over the map, gaming on everything and enjoying it. So, yeah.
All right. Awesome. And brother, thank you for joining us. And look who just came in. Oh, man. Our Canadian Jason Biggs. Mr. Plume, how you doing, sir? What you been playing?
I am doing great. Sorry, I'm a little bit late. Had some internet issues, but here now. Um, what have I been playing? I've still been playing Unicorn Overlord. That's what I've been in for the last few weeks. It's a phenomenal game. It's going to be in my game of the year list, I'm thinking. So that's where I've been spending most of my time and just kind of dabbling in just some smaller games on the side and stuff. There's lots of good sales going on Xbox right now, in case anybody's looking. But there's lots of stuff right now. So that's what I've been doing. I'm happy to be here. Ready for the show.
All right. Awesome. And oh man, now to introduce our very own Lionel Richie, the man who keeps wearing that damn. Is that a Celtics cap again? I mean, why are you wearing that?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Damn,
sir. The
take that
best
thing.
team.
No, take that crap out. We don't care about Celtics, man. How you doing, Sarah? What you been playing?
I'm doing great. Super excited to have you, Rudik. Um, Definitely a pleasure. And I think it's gonna be fun. As I said in his in his chat, we're gonna bring him over to the Xbox side. Nah, no, just kidding. It's all good. Um, I've been playing a lot of Dragon Dogma. I got like 26 hours, I would say, at least, probably more. And wow, that game's amazing. Like the moments, like I've been saying it for a long time. Like since I played the first one, this is a sleeper that a lot of people's gonna be surprised once they try it because, unfortunately, for some reason, the first one went under the radar, and maybe because of Skyrim, probably. But I think now people are enjoying it, and they're like, "Wow, this is a good game." So I'm happy for them. What about you, Crazy? What have you been playing?
Oh, you finally remember that I
And
actually.
how you doing? How you doing?
Oh,
First of
okay.
all.
Now there you go. You got it. Okay. Me, I've been super busy, Sourblow. Super busy. I mean, we are in spring break. I've been buying food and stuff because I'm gonna go, take a couple days off because I need it. I've been going nuts, just,
Nice.
pulling my hair. Other than that, man. Oh man, what have I been playing, Sourblow? I gotta say this. I hate you. I hate Mr. Boomstick. I hate a lot of people on Twitter because of you guys. I went in and bought Dragon's Dogma. And man, I am addicted to that damn game. I am
That
really
game is.
that game is really addicting. I mean, I've done so many stuff, and I don't want to continue because we gotta jump in and talk about it, later on. But man, I'm having a lot of fun with Dragon Dogma. Seriously, I recommend it. If you have not bought it, buy it. Go ahead. It's worth every penny. Seriously, it is. Yeah, I've been doing great. I've been doing great, man. Other than that, I've been doing great. But yeah, let's get this show on the road because we got a loads to talk about today. So Sour, please, 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 please do the flight itinerary.
All right. Well, for the flight itinerary, we have a guest. So the first thing we're gonna do is, of course, we gotta go through the security screening. I'll explain in a bit, Rudik. Don't be scared. Then of course, we'll get into topic. Hopefully, Rudik can pass the test. I have to pass the security screening. We gotta see if you're really a true gamer. If not, you can't get on the flight. But once you're on the flight, we're gonna talk some Stellar Blades, some Judas, some Dragon Dogma. We're gonna talk games. We're gonna talk about some future projects, and then I want to talk about some of the Xbox future, possibly rumor handheld. And then I know we talked about this, but I want to get Rujik's perspective on what he thinks about a possible PS5 Pro. But that's for later. What's Hold on, sorry, I lost it. Oh, it's security screening right away. So let's start with that. I wasn't sure.
All right.
So we have two questions we ask every guest to make sure they can get on flight, and they're both hypothetical questions. The first one is: Constellation has chosen you to pick 3 games that will go into space in a time capsule. It means to introducing our life to other planets. What 3 games would you choose and why?
Oh, well, the all-time favorite game for me going up and to show anyone else how awesome humanity is would be Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. That would be my number 1 game that I'm putting up there into humanity because they would know, first of all, they have to beat that to get to us. So, challenge number 1. That game I hold dear to my heart. It gave me the love for defeating something that's difficult and achieving a high. And now I go after and I chase that high. I find those difficult bosses. I throw on all the debuffs and I take them on Demon Bell hanging. So it's a beautiful game. I love the art style. I would pick that one. Second off, I would show them No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is a wonderful game. Exploration of humanity, exploration of what it means to be an explorer, a traveler, and it really gives you so many options of things to do. And I love that one. And I think it's a really wholesome message and game behind it. Because in the end, you're just trying to achieve peace among the universe. And if I'm going to send the aliens a message, hopefully it's that one. And then third of all, I would have to throw Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, the game that cemented me into gaming and made me a video gamer. I mean, I'm sure you've heard it from so many people before, but that game I'll always hold as one of the pinnacle experiences. I often even go back to it in my retro gaming phases and play through that wonderful piece of art. The water temple is no longer an issue for me like it was when I was a kid, but I still enjoy getting through that game.
Nice. Now the next question would be: you got on a flight that you got into the flight and you decided to sleep for the duration of the flight. When you wake up, next to you is your gaming icon. Now, it could be anyone. Sometimes, for example, we use Phil Spencer since he's, pretty popular in the Xbox community. But it could be whoever you want. Who would that person be? And you got 2 minutes to, give them your elevator pitch, like who you are. Go.
So this has to be a real person, are you saying here?
Yes.
Oh man,
It could be a developer.
a real person. All right, Mr. Hiroki Totoki, the new CEO of PlayStation. Listen, first of all, I love your name. It's freaking awesome. I mean, I just love saying Hiroki Totoki. I mean, it's just amazing. Second of all, don't take this gaming industry into a place of numbers and balancing the spreadsheet. Make it fun. Make it fun and have fun as a value on the spreadsheet and push that forward. I know you come from an accounting background, but I just hope we come to a place where we have that going forward. You bring new game elements, and we're not always just taking from what works in the past and pushing that into what works making money today. I want new, I want innovation, I want risks, and I want more content than what we're getting. So that would be my elevator pitch to him. And also, Mr. Hiroki Totoki, please feel free to like and subscribe my channel and push it out there because you, sir, would get me a lot of reach.
Yeah, by the way, subscribe to this one too. Just kidding.
Yeah. Like and subscribe to Xbox International Podcast.
I don't think he'll want to do that, but yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, definitely. If he can accomplish that, that's definitely great. Captain Lou.
Oh.
Since Silent's not here.
Uh-oh.
Are you ready for the in-flight announcement?
Give me a second, brother.
Oh, by the way, Rudik, you did pass the test. Definitely. You definitely.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for letting me know. I'm sitting here. I can grab my belongings now. I can go through security gate. All right, great.
Yeah. Bring everything along. Oh, man. All right, you ready, Captain Lou?
Hold on. Almost there.
You don't have to get that silly hat. You know that.
or a silly hat, right? What's going on? All right. We're on spring break.
Wait,
man.
Isn't it no smoking in the plane? Why you have a cigar?
It's not strictly prohibited, brother. It's right there. It's right.
But that's there. For the passengers, not for the captain.
Wait, so if the passengers can smoke, I can't smoke, and I'm the captain of the damn
not
plane?
In the cabin. We're gonna crash.
What is always gonna crash the plane though?
I always crash the plane though. What's wrong with that?
All right, go ahead. Let's start the show.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sour has turned on the subscribe button. Please store your food and beverages next to your desk, underneath the seat, or in front of you. If not, just throw it out. Please take your seat and fasten your seatbelt. If not, just tie yourself up. And also make sure you hit that like and subscribe as we take off. We gently remind that smoking and drinking are not prohibited on this flight. However, bringing up rumors that no third-party devs want to work with Xbox is strictly prohibited. We're looking at you, Christine, from what's that thing called? I don't remember.
Games industry.
Yeah, games industry. If you have any questions about our flight today, please don't hesitate to ask one of our flight panelists. Thank you. Now back to you, Sourblow. Let's get this show on the road.
All right, we definitely need our captain back. Let's see.
What?
Do you actually use those glasses, or is that just for flying?
That's
just for flying.
They don't have glass in them. These are my Destin glasses, man. When I want to make fun of Destin, I'll just put them on.
Okay. All right, well, let's talk about a few games that I want to talk real quick. The first one I do want to mention that I was surprised. I thought Rudik would mention that he was playing it, but he's not. Is Rise of the Ronin. Have you tried it yet, Rudik?
I have not tried it. I've watched previews on it, but you got to cut me some slack. You know, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is a long game. All right, you know, it takes some time to get through those things.
I'm disappointed.
But
Just
yeah. And to be honest, from my perspective, looking from the outside in, I'm leaning more towards picking up Dragon's Dogma 2 than I am Rise of the Ronin, because I feel as if Dragon's Dogma 2 just has more of that open world. I feel like the NPCs are smarter. They devoted more resources towards creating an experience where your interactions matter, in comparison to Rise of the Ronin, which I know I said Sekiro off of the bat is my top favorite, but I just feel like anything that tries to be Sekiro and isn't is just, you know, a little bit less than.
yeah,
Rise
that
of Ronin.
that makes sense. Yeah, I was looking at our buddy Elvio from Xbox International en Español. He was actually playing it, and the game doesn't look bad at all. It's just that Dragon Dogs, like he said, it's there. So I don't know if anyone else has something to add about Rises of Ronin.
Rises of Ronin. It's Rise of
Ra-
Ronin.
I said Rise of the Ronin.
You said Rises of Ronin. Lord. The thing here's the thing though, and I've seen a lot of people complain about it. Like the graphics kind of like the horse looks like Gumby. I don't know why people complain about a horse, but I mean, if the game is fun, because listen, I watched gameplay about it. It feels like the sword style and everything looks way. I mean, it looks fun. Not only that, you got this hack and slash and all that cool stuff. I mean, heck, it's a
Yeah,
game I definitely later on, when they do a couple patches, to stop making the horse look like Gumby and stuff like that. Later on,
wait a
I
minute, wait
feel.
a minute.
Well,
You're complaining about people saying that I don't know why people are complaining about the horse,
horse.
and then the first thing you do is complain about the horse. What's
I just
going
want,
on here?
I just want to add to a little bit of stuff, but I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding. But I'll wait a little while because Sour, you got me into Dragon's Dogma, man. You got me into Dragon's Dogma. That's the truth, man. That's the truth. I'm hooked up to that game.
I feel like it's the complaints about the graphics is kind of funny because like Team Ninja, like all their games don't look that great. Like Wulong didn't look that great either, right?
Yeah, Wulong did not look that good, but it was a fun game. I had fun
Yeah,
playing
so
Wulong.
it's just about the gameplay when it comes to their games. Really,
Yeah.
they're not like you're not gonna get the best in class graphics.
Yeah, I don't even see like nothing wrong with it. I think it's more like the whole, it's only coming at one platform, and there's always gonna be the attack,
But this is what I
whether
don't
it's
get.
one way or the other.
But this is what I don't get though, and I'm gonna throw a little bit, of salt out here because of course I gotta talk about the game now. But when Elden Ring came out, Elden Ring didn't look that pretty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it had
I mean-
performance issues on PC as well.
Yeah, I had a couple. It had a couple issues, and it didn't look that pretty. And people did not go out there like grab their swords, grab their knives.
But
and,
Elden Ring is like a vast. It's like a. I don't know. Actually, I haven't played.
Yeah.
I don't have. I'm sorry, guys. I don't have to read the comment. I haven't played Rise of Ronin.
I think Elden Ring has its own, like it has a unique art style, which makes it stand out. So, but I don't know. I don't find anything wrong either with Rise of the Ronin. But what I have been playing, like I mentioned before, is that Dragon Dogma 2, and
I hate you.
man, that game is amazing. Like
I hate you.
the way it's more like basically like Rudick was saying, it's more like an experience rather than like, because like you could be like doing anything and like anything can happen at any given time. Like you can have a griffin just fly out of nowhere and attack you, or you can even see in the background sometimes like even the creatures, they attack each other and they can have their own fight. Like there was a moment where I actually saw a clip of a video where this guy was fighting an orc, like a giant orc, and he took it down. It fell into a broken bridge, and then he crossed over and attacked it and killed it and made it fall down. And I actually managed to do the exact same thing, and That felt pretty cool. And there's been many moments like that I've done a lot of cool things. And there's something about the way they manage the AI that I actually want to tie into a topic that we're gonna talk later on.
Oh,
That I feel it's very interesting. How the future of gaming could advance, rather than just everyone expected to advance graphically, but I feel like AI, the NPCs and all that, and the way the world and the environment react, I think that's more of what we need. Plume, have you tried Dragon's Dogma yet, or?
No, I haven't yet. I'm in this phase where my backlog is just too big at this point that I'm just after I'm done Unicorn Overlord, I just want to go tackle some backlog games and stuff, and some old 360 games and
Okay, nice.
stuff that I haven't played yet. But I did play the first Dragon's Dogma. I never finished it though, and I forget why. It was a while ago. I think it was kind of, I remember it being sort of janky, and it just kind of threw me off for a bit. But yeah, I understand kind of how the game works. But yeah, from all the videos I see on X, it's it looks phenomenal. Just how organic everything just happens. Looks really, really cool.
And for people that try the game, real quick,
Can I say something real quick? Sorry, Plume, do me a favor. I think your sound, when you talk on the microphone, I think your sound is going into the webcam, not the microphone. So check that out real quick.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, Sour.
So what I was gonna say is, for people that are new to Dragon's Dogma and they want to give it a try, I suggest if you try one of the vocations, which are basically the classes, and you don't like it, I suggest try different ones, because they all play entirely different. Like, for example, our friend Aska hit me up the other day because he started playing with the Thief and he loves the Thief. And then he started playing with another vocation and he hit me up. He's like, yo, you gotta help me because I don't understand. This is so slow. I don't get it. And he was like, he did not like the other style of the vocation. And it could have happened the other way around, where he would have tried that other vocation first, and then he probably would have just left the game and not touch it. So every vocation plays different. Some of them, like the Thief, like you would expect, he's faster, he'll attack faster. But for example, I was playing with the Warrior. The Warrior is super slow, super tanky, but he hits super hard. When he hits, he hits.
Pause.
And I knew you were gonna do that. And then you have the Archer, where every player is different, which that's pretty cool. Now, Rudik, what about you? Well, what can you say about the game? Have you started playing it, or you just say you saw some of the gameplay?
Yeah, so Rise of the Ronin has its open world aspects, and then when you go into the level-based missions, that's when you get together with co-op. However, I just not turned on too much to it. The combat, like I believe Plume was saying, you're going to get more of Neo, you're going to get more of Wulong, because that's what Team Ninja does, and they sort of stick to that same type of box when they're doing their combat mechanics. So that very much will stay the same. It's just more of open world with aspects of markers on the map which take you to more of a linear progression aspect. So, I think it suffers from one not hitting as hard as Wulong did, because Wulong came to Game Pass day one. Rise of the Ronin came full price as a PlayStation exclusive. So it's just not going to have the same weight on release without having that huge bang, bringing new mechanics or something very trendy to the table. So in that aspect, I feel it's just not going to grab as many people. It's definitely something that I hope to pick up on a bargain later. And if I want to coordinate with a buddy of mine, we're probably both going to pick it up at the same time so we can do missions together. And that's another aspect that you got to add on to a game like that.
Yeah, and also going head to head with like Dragon Dogma probably didn't help it. But how about Dragon Dogma? What can you tell us about that?
Well, Dragon's Dogma, I feel, does have the aspiration to be Game of the Year. Could be a Game of the Year nomination. I still hold out for Wukong Black Myth. I think that is going to be Game of the Year, but we could see about that coming to the future. But in terms of Dragon's Dogma, I know that there was a lot of turmoil about the microtransactions in the beginning. And I feel like people were blowing that way out of proportion. There's simply, you can buy a la carte what you get in the deluxe version of Dragon's Dogma 2, and they're very small, insignificant items that really don't affect the gameplay at all. But other than that, the Dragon's Dogma adventure just really pulls me in because of the work they put behind every NPC in that game. I don't think I've heard of a game that has NPCs that communicate with you and change and really affect the game as you're going through it.
No, that's awesome. That's awesome. Real quick before I say, Plume, you have not played Dragon's Dogma yet, so anything you want to add to it before shout out the chat?
No, I mean, like, not anything extra than I already said, but the like Rudig's is saying there, the I was seeing those videos of how your pawns and NPCs and stuff react. That seems pretty cool. Imagine what they're going to be able to do, and when they start really throwing AI into these NPCs, just how dynamic they're going to be. And I don't know if they did any of that with this game, but man, if that's just like a glimpse as to how these NPCs are going to react in the future. It's going to be pretty crazy.
All right, let me go real quick with the chat. Because, man, I have not shouted them out. Let's go, let's go. We have Mr. Reaver T. Beaver. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Xbox International Podcast, sir. Hope you subscribing and enjoying the show. MJ Dark, what's up, Mr. Dark? How you doing? How you doing? Talos, the man with the ray. Remake Station 5. What's up, Remake Station 5? Neil. Welcome, welcome, Neil. How you doing, Neil? Raichi, what's up, Raichi? Oh, man. Mateo 1, how are you doing, Mateo? Hope everything's awesome for you. Okay, keep going. Ooh, HTK360, what's up, HTK? Man, I went on the podcast this year for a little bit. We had a lovely conversation last night in Rumble for a little bit. But yeah, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. What's up, HTK? Hope you're doing awesome. It's Timmy. What's up, Timmy? Let's keep going down this list. Sanchez Martinez game. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Sanchez Martinez. Oh, man. Ooh, look who's here. Jen. The General C. What's up, General C? How you doing, brother? Long time no see. Hope you're doing awesome. Hope you're doing awesome, bro. Vic, the MF Click. What's up, Vic? How you doing? How you doing? You coming down here for spring break, brother? Man, it's hot. It's hot. This summer's gonna be really hard if you do come down, man. My maker of Chaos 12. He says, who let that pony? What? Hey.
Maker.
Ooh, look at this shiny blue thing I see here. And that is MJ Dark with the $2 beautiful, awesome super chat. He says, wait, no white tea, Jim Bryant? Vita 2, let's go. Oh, man, I wish that happens, man. I wish that happens. All right, let's keep going down this list and see who else is here. Ooh, Hammy, Ham Solo. What's up, Hammy, Ham Solo. He crazy, man. He crazy.
He's crazy.
Crazy. Hey, he was over there in PAX East, man. He got a nice haircut, you know. He looked like, I don't know, he looked like a young Tom Cruise. Yeah, he looked real young.
He looks nothing like Tom Cruise, but okay.
All right, let me see what else is down here, man. There's a lot of people today in the chat. Ooh, John TJ, what's up, brother John? Hope you're doing awesome, brother. Man, who else is here? I think that's about it. Sour. Let's keep going. Oh, it's my turn to talk a little bit about, Dragon's Dogma, right?
You haven't played it.
Wait, what do you mean I haven't played it, man?
Your wife hasn't let you.
My wife hasn't let me. I'm level 18, sucker. What are you talking about? She hasn't let me, man. What are you talking about? She hasn't let me, man.
Who's playing for you? Is she playing for you?
Nobody's playing for me, man. I'm the one that's actually playing, man. And man, let me tell you my experience with Dragon's Dogma. Number one, this is a rule: do not go out streaking at night. Don't do that. Do not go out streaking at night. Trust me, just don't do that because you'll get a big ass beast coming out of the forest and smashing you everywhere. Another thing, that climbing thing on top of the monsters, I actually climbed on the wolf in an area that I don't know how the heck it happened. And I was literally just shaving the wolf. Yeah, I was shaving the wolf. Kind of
A wolf? It wasn't a wolf.
There's like a big ass werewolf. Isn't that a big ass werewolf?
No, that wasn't a werewolf.
Then what is that then? It's like a big monster with hair. I mean, that thing is.
Oh, I don't know.
You don't know.
But
Why are you debating this?
no, you said wolf because the wolves are the smaller. Oh, okay.
Werewolf.
Okay.
Oh Lord, sour. My God. Yes.
I don't even know what they are, but
I don't know what they are either. I mean, yeah, griffins. Number 2 rule: if there's a car close by and there's a griffin flying around, run. Run! You run! Don't be standing in that car because that griffin is gonna smash into that car and break it into pieces. And then you have to fight that thing, and those things are, oh my God, that's another thing. I mean, those monsters, you gotta hit them and hit them and hit them and hit them. My God, you gotta hit them a lot. But man, it's fun. It's fun. I mean, I'm having so much fun. It's like I don't even. If the game has fast travel, it's like I don't even want to use it because basically, like your pawns, from their experience from another person's game, if they have a shortcut, they'll guide you through that shortcut. They'll also help you find treasures and all sorts of stuff. So that's pretty cool. I mean,
they tell you a lot of things.
they tell you a lot of things. I'm amazed with all that stuff and so much stuff. And not only that, I mean, I'm still like finding out new things. Like for example, I fought my first dragon today. I sat down and I fought my first dragon.
You killed that?
No, he ran off. He was too scared because he literally landed in a town and there was like 50 people. And that was crazy though. That's like all the NPCs went over there and fought this SOB. They're like, come here, let me get you. I had magicians. I had
cool.
I mean, I was even getting shields and everything from the mages. I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. And we all fought that damn dragon. I mean, but it took off, man.
I also find it cool, like, let's say the dragon would have killed a few NPCs. Like, they're dead. Like, the only way to get them back is you got to use a wake stone.
Who's dead? Oh, the NPC?
Yeah, if a dragon kills an NPC or kills a pawn, it's dead. Like, you got to revive it.
So, wait a minute. So, my personal pawn, which I called her Xena, of course. Yeah, I called her Xena. Yeah. Oh, I have a crush on Lucy Lawless, but that's another subject. But either way, though. Yeah, so I called her Xena. So if my pawn I created dies, that's it? I can't get her back?
No, you can get her back.
Oh,
I'm saying you could, but you have to spend like a wake stone. Have you gotten any wake stones?
I don't know what the hell that is.
Okay. Well, you...
I mean, seriously, like I said,
I did a whole guide for you, and you didn't watch it?
No.
Disappointing.
Man, listen, I went in there. You told me not a thief, make her a mage. I'm like, okay, so I made her a mage right away, because you were right. She started healing me, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, because like you can't have two melees. Like your whole party's gonna be melee. Like you gotta have some balance.
I had a whole crew of melees, man. I had like one thief, one fighter, and I had 2 thieves and 1 fighter. I mean, I was like, yeah, we were kicking butt. But man, when those damn birds that sing in your
head,
harpies, oh my God, man! I mean, seriously, they put you to sleep all the time. You just lay down.
All right.
And it's funny how the guy just lays down like. He just snore. I'm like, dude, they're killing you. It's like, he's just sleeping. Like, wake up.
I think we could go on the whole podcast just talking about Dragons and Dogma.
We
got more topics to cover.
And another thing, because I don't know how far you went into the game. Can I say this real quick? Is it okay? It's not a spoiler, but I
As
don't know.
long as you're not spoiling anything.
No, it's just something that adds on to the game. Like for example, you already have the things where you select you're either a fighter, you're a thief, a mage, or an archer, right?
Oh, the event, like more vocations. Yeah,
Yeah, you get more vocations, and that's
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
That
That's
was yeah.
that's pretty awesome, man. Like after I fought the dragon, this guy with the spear said, "Oh, you want to become, a spear person, I'm like, okay, cool, give me that, So it's awesome. It's awesome.
The
Yeah, I'm
spare
really
person.
a spear person. Yeah, a spear person. I mean, what do you want me to
It
say?
has a different name, but
A
okay.
spear person. You're a guy with a spear. You're wielding your spear everywhere. Spear guy. Yeah,
That
All right.
tracks.
yeah.
Yeah.
But hey, it's fun. It's fun. I'm really enjoying it, man. I really, even though I said I hate y'all, I really appreciate that you, Sour, for the longest time, have been telling me to play that damn game. And I looked at it, I'm like, nah,
I've
nah.
been telling him since the game wasn't even announced, the sequel. I've been telling him
Exactly.
play the first, play Dragon Dogma. He's like,
Uh,
no, I'm not playing that. I'm like, play it.
Sour, real
Fine.
quick, is Dragon Dogma 2 better than Dragon Dogma 1 in some features, or just real quick? I mean, since you played both of them.
Right, like right now, if like everything feels better from it. Like it feels like, to me, this feels like the game they wanted to make initially. They
Okay.
just probably didn't have the technology to make it.
Okay, so I'll literally step away from Dragon Dogma 1 so it doesn't ruin my experience. All right, thank you, brother. I
I mean,
will.
you can still play it. It's not like it's still a good game.
When
Okay.
I
But
go into Dragon's Dogma 2, I will have not played the first one. So I'm going to
Uh,
go into it completely fresh. And I don't think it matters all too much. I think the
no,
experience, because of the time in between, is just not connected. It's not like
yeah,
a Hellblade Senua situation.
all right.
exactly. Yep.
All
All
right.
right. So the next game I want to talk about is Stellar Yams, Stellar Blade, and there was a demo announced
Wee.
for March 29, which they
Yeah.
show some very juicy mechanic and some bouncy combat. No, just kidding. Uh, I mean, the game looks pretty good. Like, what do you think about it, Rudik? Like, is this a game you're hyped for, or?
I'm definitely hyped for. I'm glad what they're doing is they're introducing a demo, so I'll get to try it firsthand and experience it for myself for free, whether I like it or not. I believe it's going down the same veins as a Souls-esque game, which I like. There's speed in the combat, which I'm a fan of. There's Bayonetta aspects, which I believe was the main intention of this game going in. They said, listen, we got our Splatoon with Foam Stars. Let's create a Bayonetta, but for PlayStation. So that's what I thought they went in going forward, and I hope they're able to accomplish it. So as long as they hit those bases and deliver fun, fast combat that makes me parry, that has challenging bosses, that has elements that make me feel, unstoppable, and obviously the jiggle physics. These aspects are all part of what makes a game great.
All right. What about you, Plume? What do you think about Stellar Blade?
It looks like a game I will enjoy. I like action games. I love Bayonetta, one of my favorite series. I love Devil May Cry. So I'm hoping it's more along that type of gameplay. I'm not if like I don't dislike the Souls games, so that's not kind of what I'm looking for in here. So I hope it's like more fast-paced action stuff. I know there's a demo coming, or if it's out, I'm not sure, that I will check out before playing it. Graphically, besides the yams, I mean, it looks really cool. It looks really well done. So yeah, I'll probably end up checking it out. Not right away, not day one, but I will end up jumping into that game at some point. It just looks up like similar games that I've enjoyed in the past.
Well, hopefully the studio can meet both of you guys like in the middle, because one of them want Souls game, the other one of them.
Well,
We'll
I
see.
believe Shift Up said they would have aspects of a Souls game when they were describing it, but I
Okay.
believe it'll be more along the lines of that high speed hack and slash.
Yeah.
They may take elements like save points, like those campfire situations, but I think it'll be more hack and slash for sure.
Yeah. It's not that like I'm thinking more along the gameplay. I'm just hoping for more hack and slash, so that's good.
All right. What about you, Lou?
What about Stellar Blade, Stellar Jams?
Are you looking at the yams?
Am I? Wait, isn't jams like that thing that comes like in ham and you put it on the?
No. Just
Uh,
Stellar Blade.
Stellar Blade. I mean, I saw it. I had to see more into it because man, it's like I need some convincing. I mean, if it's like a Souls type game and it's pretty hard, I'm right there and there. I'm down for it because I'm a Souls type guy. Big fan of Souls type games. I mean, I know Rudig's talk about Sekiro, and I'm with him right there. Like, oh, that's the hardest game I have ever. I mean, I tell everybody that's the game that actually breaks controllers, and it's true. I broke a controller playing that game. Out of all games, I broke a controller. I broke an Elite controller, so that was really painful. Right,
I
because
broke
pressing,
my Stadia controller, so
yep,
I feel you.
by pressing the what's it called,
Block button.
the block button. Yeah. Oh my god,
Yeah.
that's the button you break from playing that game. But if it's a Souls type, I'm down for it. 100%. 100%.
Okay. Well, for me personally, I like what I see. The game looks great.
Mm-hmm.
It looks very entertainment. No,
Mm.
jokes aside, but I'm with Plume. If it's kind of like more of a Souls game, I probably will skip it. But if it's more like a hack and slash, then I will eventually play it. Most likely, I'll wait for it on PC. But yeah, it looks good. It looks good. Definitely looks good. The combat looks like it looks very fluid, and it just looks like a bigger budget, like Bayonetta kind of game. So excited for that.
Yeah, it looks. Imagine like, it looks like they've Bayonetta would come to one of these Series X or PlayStation 5. Imagine. I always thought about how much better would that game. I mean, Bayonetta is incredible on the Switch, but imagine they brought that over to like a more powerful console graphically. What they could do with that game, because even on the Switch, if you play Bayonetta 3, it looks great, and they have lots of like just great aesthetics in it and stuff. So it's kind of it's a good comparison, kind of what Stellar Blade is reminding me of.
All right, and to end this, the first major topic, which is just talking about some random games here and there. I want to talk a little bit about Judas, because oh my god, I don't know if you guys saw the presentation.
Mm.
It looks amazing. It reminds me a lot of BioShock. However, it has some new elements that are very intriguing, and it's something. Actually, I'll mention it now, which I kind of mentioned it before. The way they're starting to use like AI integration into video games and like advancing the way games work, the way Judas it sounds like we're starting to get there. Where, for example, in this game, you're gonna have your main character, right? But then you're gonna have three other characters that are gonna kind of like guide you through the game. However, it seems like they're gonna interact with you, and depending on who you decide to lean into more, like they could jump into your gameplay and affect your gameplay, or like they could kind of like question you, like, hey, you're spending a lot of time with this other guy, like why don't you come with me? Or so the game experience for everyone is gonna be different, and that makes it like very replayable. Is the first thing, and it seems it's gonna be like very dynamic because it's gonna be like things on the fly. Like you can go to like different scenarios, and a lot of scenario could change at an instant. So I feel like with that, if you look at what Dragon Dogma is doing with the pawn system, that's very interesting. I just imagine things like the Nemesis system, like what are they gonna do? Like, so that's all very interesting. So to me, I don't know. But Rudik, are you a fan of BioShock? And did you see this Judas? What was it, like a presentation? And what do you think about the game?
I think Judas. Well, for one, I'll go over my general idea. Judas is a great concept. It's what happens when you're not pushed to make the same game year after year in that cycle. I believe they really took the time. Ken Levine, I believe, is the director.
Yes.
They took time from BioShock and really put uh, technology, thought, design, and storytelling all into their next iteration. And what they're going for is cult classic, kind of how they hit it out of the park with BioShock. And I think you really need, I'm going to say it again, like space in between your games to be able to hit it out of the park like they do with BioShock. So I'm all for it. I wish them all the best when it comes to that. On a personal scale, I'm not a big fan of first person perspective when it comes to video games. If I have a choice to play two games and I'm by myself, most likely I'll go for a third person perspective. I'm just a big fan of that. It's a personal preference. Um, I'll just never go for that perspective unless I'm being forced to play with some buddies of mine in Call of Duty because they're all squatting up, and I'll be like, fine, I'll boot it up, I'll get in there, and we'll get the win. All right, because I'll turn on the skill. But other than that, no, I'm just a big fan of the third person perspective. But I really think they did what was needed to happen to set everything up for another cult classic like BioShock.
Okay. What about you, Plume? Or same questions?
I mean, I'm kind of with you guys. Like, I think it looks very exciting. I mean, and unique in a way, but it's not the first time where choices have had such a big effect on the overall outcome of a game. What you mentioned about the three different characters that are kind of pulling you in different directions, and the decisions you make with those characters will affect, I guess, how they react and stuff. So that sounds phenomenal. Like, I wonder how many different scenarios are going to pop up within this game, how many different endings there are going to be. Everyone's going to have a different experience as they play through it. And of course, I mean, it's from what we saw from like the gameplay trailers and stuff, it looks really good too, just from like aesthetically with the graphic style that they went with. So yeah, I'm pretty excited. I mean, it's from
Yeah.
Ken Levine. Can't really get better in terms of like writing and storytelling and stuff. So yeah, I think this is going to be a huge hit, and I'm excited to see like how many different playthroughs you can go through and get a different outcome. That's going to be cool.
Yeah. One thing that to take into account, I think they mentioned that he had like 5 hours of gameplay like ready. Like you can play through 5 hours. And people saw like a lot of difference, between the different gameplays of different I would say different people that test it. So that alone, means a lot. If the game's not even ready and already, that sounds pretty exciting.
Yeah, because it's still a long ways out, right? We don't have a
Yeah, we
release
don't
date
even have
for-
we don't have a
yeah.
date yet.
Yeah.
Did they say 2024 for Judas? Or do they have no date?
I think they have no date, but
I
I'm
don't
not
think there's-
sure.
Okay.
Or a year. Not even a year, I don't think. Not sure. The chat, please help me if there's a year. I know there's not a date, but it could be 2024, 2025, but I'm not sure. But Lou, did
No,
you
it just says wish list.
wish
Okay.
list? Did you play any of the BioShocks, Lou?
I played part one. Part
Yeah,
two.
that doesn't sound convincing. That sound like when we asked you, did you play Quantum Break? It sounds the exact same way.
You want me to get my achievements to show you that I actually did play BioShock?
It could have been your niece.
How could it have been my niece? Bioshock came out like a long time ago. My niece wasn't even born, man. What do you
It could
what's
have
up?
been her. I don't
She wasn't even born. What the heck? She's only 4 years old, and Bioshock is like,
know.
yeah. But listen, Judas is for March 2025. It says that's supposed to be releasing for March 2025. So yeah, Bioshock. Yeah, I played the first one, but I didn't beat it. I mean, I didn't beat it. I went through it a little bit, but it just I didn't get attached to it. I do not know why. Maybe because I had so much games to play, I just didn't actually like sit down and say, okay, let me see if I get attached to this. But I'll give it another go. It was so funny. I did play it.
And Jay Dark said Bioshock has too much reading for it.
Oh man, if it has too much reading, man, I ain't playing that stuff because I hate. I'll be honest with you. I
What do you
hate that.
mean? You're playing Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah, but they talk. They talk. I
But
love when they
it
talk. They
uh,
talk, and it's like they talk, and you have the subtitles, which is cool. I read the subtitles, but I just hate like you gotta stand there and play the game, and you find like a letter, and all of a sudden this letter has like 5 pages of reading, which I'm like, why am I gonna read this?
you don't have to
Why?
do that in Bioshock. So
Oh, okay, all right, then I'll give it a go then.
I'm with Louis. I was born to lead, not to read. Come on.
oh man.
Oh man.
All right. Well,
But what I saw in the video looks great. It looks great. I mean, it looks phenomenal. I'm really intrigued with that one. So I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go when it comes out. And maybe after that, I'll go back and play Bioshock because listen, I played Ghostbusters the video game the other day, the 2019 remastered version, and it was one of those games that I played it. I was like, I like this, but didn't get into it. But yeah, why the heck not?
okay. Well, moving on to our next topic. Let's talk about some future projects. We have a few unannounced projects, and let me see. Okay, I got it here. So the first one is Bent Studio. Next project is a AAA live service game, like we talked earlier. The game, as per job, lead project manager, hands-on. Let me see. Hands-on game development experience and leadership role, shipping AAA live service game. So that's what they're looking for. And I thought I had more details on this. I don't know. Because I thought it was going to be. Let me see.
They
I
talk
could have
about
sworn I had more
Studio,
detail.
guys from Days Gone.
I don't know why, but I thought I saw that this game was gonna be kind of like in a Splinter Cell style, where like you have like
I believe that's the rumor. So the rumor is
okay.
that here it is, the quotation. Sony Bend Studio, world-class creator of Days Gone, Uncharted, Golden Abyss, and Siphon Filter, is seeking outstanding talent to join our passionate and creative family in crafting our next high-profile AAA title. So they're saying that this is the company that created Siphon Filter. So that's where sort of that rumor
Oh,
is coming from. You know, anything can really happen. We're really unsure what Ben Studio's been doing since Days Gone, because really, you know, it's been some days, and hopefully they've been doing stuff there. I know they're based out of Oregon, Portland, but come on, guys, get it together. Wake up, drink some coffee.
yeah. I know they wanted to work. I think in the sequel of Days Gone, and then they were told not to. But then after that, they've been radio silent. So it is nice that they are at least working on something new. And
Didn't they get forced to work on the Last of Us remake? That was the whole story that came out. I think it was like 2021. They wanted to make Days Gone 2, and then Sony said no, and they went to help Naughty Dog and make the Last of Us remake. So I guess that would have been like the third time they've made the Last of Us.
something
That
like
one.
that. I think so. But it's nice that they're working on a new project, and I'm personally I'm excited to see what they come up with. Hopefully, it's not like a generic like like the typical safe live service game. Hopefully, they come up with some new ideas, and I don't know. Let's see what they come up with.
I think everyone's tune has changed because the latest flavor of the month was Helldivers 2, and that went beyond expectations. Whenever something goes beyond expectations, everybody's happy because shareholders are making money, and then everybody thinks that they can recreate it and do it again. Well, I mean, Helldivers 2 is a little bit of magic. It's a AA game. It didn't have a great budget. It just had a fantastic concept with multiplayer. And that's not an easy thing to do. So I hope they hit it out of the park with live service, but it's not an easy thing to get right. And you need to have a fun and entertaining loop to bring people back.
Yeah.
Because that content runs out quickly.
Yep.
I will say this real quick. If they want to do a live service game, I think their safer bet is probably bringing Soulcom back, because it already has a following that wants that game to come back, and I feel like that will bring some hype, especially them knowing that Microsoft now owns Call of Duty. That will bring some interest at least to the game. Now, whether the game is good or not, that's all gonna depend on when it comes out.
Let me
Just build it in Unreal Engine 5, please, and not some outdated software that's never going to work again. I can't believe Helldivers is on AutoCAD 2018. Like, freaking are you kidding me? But build it in Unreal Engine 5. Make it exciting and fun. Do something like Helldivers. Have 4 guys get together. You go in randomly generated buildings. You have these different set of missions, and you're a SOCOM squad. Get in, get out, do the missions. I think it would be a great formula. They just need to pump out an IP, which I think you're saying SOCOM is a great choice.
Because I have an idea what they could do. I mean, I have this crazy idea, really, this crazy idea, because I remember when Sony said no to them for Days Gone 2, they were going to make a co-op type of game for the Days Gone 2. That was the thing they were going to do for part 2. So my idea is this: what if, since Days Gone was a really good game because I played it, I enjoyed it. What if they make a live service game that has to do with Days Gone and that can actually compete with DayZ? I mean, that would be a blast. Get that thing down right away. That would be awesome if they actually do that.
Oh, like a DayZ, but in the Days Gone universe?
Universe, yes.
And then call it The Day Before. It's brilliant. And then we'll get this group of volunteer developers. We'll call it Fantastic. It's a fantastic idea. And we'll get them to create it. Yeah, well, let's see how that went.
No, darn, because I was actually gonna mention it, but I had to wait till Diggs finish his idea so I could.
So wait a minute. So Lou's trying to act all smart, and he's stealing idea from the chat. Oh no!
No, I'm not stealing idea from the chat. I actually thought about it because here's the thing, though. Remember, like I mentioned, they were gonna make Days Gone 2 co-op, and Sony said no. You guys are not gonna make any more Days Gone. They were really mad. They went out there and even said, if you want a Days Gone 2, buy the fucking game at 60. That's basically their own words. And since it didn't happen, it's like, maybe they should do this, because since DayZ has been out there for a while, they can actually do something to compete against DayZ and make it fun. Surviving horror type of thing. Since, the day before you're talking about? Yeah, no. Day before, no. That game was really bad. Oh my God. I actually wanted to play that game, but damn, that broke my heart. Oh.
I mean, the writing was in the wall. But moving on, Toys for Bob's and Xbox they reached into an agreement. It's gonna be their first independent game, and it's going to be interesting. Like, what are they going to? What's gonna be their first game? Are they just gonna use one of the prior IPs they worked on, like Spyro, Crash Bandicoot, or are they maybe gonna be the studio that's finally gonna work on Banjo Kazooie, which they've been looking for a studio to make that game, or are they just gonna make a new IP, and then will will Xbox own the IP? Probably not. There's so many questions I have, but Plume, do you want to tackle this one?
Toys for Bob.
Bob.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited about what they're working on. They got spun off as independent, and I'm sure as they were getting, Microsoft was like, yeah, no problem. We have all of these IPs that we know you're going to want to make, so you go independent, and we'll just have a nice partnership for a long time going forward. So I thought that was actually overall probably a good move for Toys for Bob. I get like Xbox they've shown from their acquisitions that they don't really like, they've allowed studios to go out there and make unique titles, different titles. I mean, you can like think like Grounded and Pentiment and Bleeding Edge, although that one failed. Like, they still gave Ninja Theory that green light to make that game. So I don't think that even if Toys for Bob was still at Xbox, that they would have been forced to do a bunch of stuff they didn't want to do, other than maybe now they definitely get away from working on Call of Duty. So I thought that's fine. But they are probably working on like one of those ABK IPs that Xbox keeps with them, like a Spyro. I think there is a rumor now going around that they are working on, or Spyro 4 is in development. We don't know who's working on Spyro 4, but I would assume that based off of the recent announcement about the partnership, is probably Toys for Bob working with Xbox here and making a Spyro 4, which would be great, because I love Spyro. I love those 3 platformers, and I think Toys for Bob is awesome. It was probably the studio I was most excited about when this acquisition did go through. I was really hoping that it would result in them getting off of working on Call of Duty all the time and being able to go back out and make the Crashes and make the Spyro. So I think that's what they're doing. There's a rumor, you guys can check that out. It's been going around today. It's from a YouTuber or somebody who was at GDC, I think, and that's what they had heard. So that's what I think they're doing.
All right. Anyone want to dive in, pitch anything on Toys for Bob?
Toys for Bob.
So the exact quote from the studio, somebody from Toys for Bob said, "So keep your horns on and your eyes out for
Oh,
there
more
you go.
news."
There you go. Yeah.
Quote.
Yeah, that's definitely a tease.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
I don't think Crash Bandicoot has horns.
no, not at all.
That's probably Spyro.
Unless it's a redesign.
Rebirth.
Spy Crash.
Bash Bandicoot.
All right, for our next game is also for Xbox, and it's called Project Maverick. It's coming from People Who Can Fly, and it's going to be published by Xbox. It appears to be a PvP shooter in Unreal Engine. It says experience working with, they have experience it seems like that's what they're looking at, their job list. And this is based on their job list. And so they're looking at people that have experience in the shooter genre, PvP maps, level design, both practice and theories, such as checkpoints, routes, line of sight, engagement, distance, and has Unreal Engine 5 knowledge, Unreal Engine editor, fully working, proficient. So their next game seems to be, basically that, a PvP shooter in Unreal Engine. Are you guys excited? Yeah, I saw Rudik kind of like reacted right away.
It's People Can Fly made Bulletstorm VR for PlayStation, and that game was one of the only games to be pulled from the PlayStation Store. I believe that and Cyberpunk set a precedence for only games pulled from the PlayStation Store. It's a little bit worrying. They also made it looks to see what's that Gears of War Outriders.
Outriders.
Outriders. I loved Outriders. Great gameplay, but the content and the bugs, oh my goodness. So there's some things that are a little bit scary there, but who knows what team they got. I'm sure they've got some good talent, and you always learn from your mistakes moving forward, so you're always doing better than your last game. I think. And you know what? When you said that, I was like, oh my God, People Can Fly? That is a great name. I would love to work for a place that was called People Can Fly because instinctually, I would just be that much closer to be able to fly.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool name, definitely. Lou,
What's up?
you played Outriders. Are you excited for...
I didn't.
You didn't?
Mm-mm.
I thought you did.
No,
Didn't I play it with you?
with me? Nah, you probably dream about it, but no, I didn't play it. I didn't install it. I didn't play it because when I heard a couple peeps saying that their inventory got wiped out, I said no, that's not the game for me. No, I know they patched it up later on, but yeah. During the time I was gonna play it, I said no, because that's my number one issue with games. I mean, the game can graphically not look good. I don't mind that. The game can drop FPS, but now if there's a save problem, I'm not gonna play it. Nope, I'll step back.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just jump to the next game, and I'll probably need either Plume or Rudic help on this one because I don't know much. But what I do know is Santa Monica Studio. They're working on something new, and it seems to be not God of War. So they're working on a new sci-fi game, and there apparently seems to be a team of 250 developers working behind this game. What do you guys think about this? Like, I think it's great that they're leaning away from Kratos for a while, and I'm eager to see what they're gonna make.
Is it games as a service? Imagine. It's I have no idea what it is, but the whole games as a service thing has been kind of interesting. As PlayStation has said they were wanting to lean into it more, but then they went and canceled a bunch of games, and then now you hear about Ben making one, and then Sony Santa Monica is working on something.
Oh, and it's being made by Cory Barlow.
Oh, okay, so it's probably not games as a service. Yeah, I don't know. That's good though. I'm actually happy to hear that. I mean, I love my God of Wars, but I love to see something new. For me, that's like the biggest thing from all the PlayStation studios is getting something brand new that we haven't seen, a new IP, or jumping back into their back catalog of games, like bringing back an Infamous or something, or like a Resistance. I would love to see that too. So, but yeah, I have no idea what they'd be working on.
So we talked about this this morning on the show, and the latest on the Santa Monica Studios is that the game that is unannounced is going very well, on track, on schedule, on budget, swimmingly, as they put it. However, the rumor that the developer was working on a sci-fi IP, those speculations that this project may have been canceled, and they're saying now that Santa Monica's new game may be more of an RPG or have RPG elements. So my thinking is what they're going to do is, if you've played Ragnarok, you know that Atreus and has a relationship with a giant. And I believe they're going to evolve on this story. They're going to give Atreus a different setting to really flesh out his character. Maybe take him a couple years into the future so he's more of a teenager. And then they can really flesh out some RPG elements. They can even have some magic elements with the giant lady. And I really believe that that's the direction we're going to be seeing. And plus, so many people and fans now want an Atreus game, I think we're almost creating it with all of us talking about it.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
personally, the sci-fi sounded more interesting to me, but let's see.
Atreus!
We know,
Come
we
on!
know, we
Whoa,
know.
there's a little. Oh my god! Okay, did you play Ragnarok?
but
No,
wasn't it?
I haven't
Was
played
it like?
Ragnarok.
Didn't a lot of people find Atreus annoying, or is that just in
Oh
the
man,
in 2018?
I
In
gotta,
That's
Ragnarok, he
just
was
in
better.
2018.
I
Sorry.
gotta,
2018, he was
Yeah.
annoying.
Okay, yeah, he
yes.
was annoying in
I mean,
2018.
I gotta tell you something. I wanna. I'm not gonna say this live, but damn, oh that kid, my God, my God, ah, oh my God. He got rude during the game, like later on. Oh my God, I was like, boy, you're lucky this is not a Dominican game. That's all I said. That's all I said. You're lucky. Oh my God, man. Oh,
So based off of how Ragnarok ended, then, if they were to do that, you would assume the next mainline God of War will be Atreus as well.
Yeah, because the next time we'll see Kratos is, and we've heard this in the chat, on Remake Station. I mean, there's rumors that they're remaking the God of War
Oh.
3, I believe it is, and maybe
I heard that
even
one.
the original God of War. I think those games we'll be seeing on the PS5 lifespan because hashtag Remake Station. But otherwise, I'm really feeling strong vibes towards Atreus and his game, and possibly, fingers crossed, for 2025. Because right now in 2024, I believe PlayStation fans have no first parties to look forward to. It's
Nope.
really a desert out there in terms of content. We're latching on to third parties. But I believe they're saving it up, which I hate, all for 2025 because that's the 30th year anniversary of PlayStation in America. So I think that's when they're going to try to make their biggest hit, push all their games, make sure everything's polished. Until then, we'll just get these third-party exclusive deals, and they'll say, "Be happy with that."
So, if the next God of War game, well, at least in that universe, if it will be with Atreus, should it be named God of War? Should it be named, I don't know, Son of War or something like that, or
Loki.
should it have a different name?
Yeah.
Okay.
Loki.
It'll be called Loki, the
Loki.
Tale of the Giants.
Okay.
Loki, the tail of the
Clip that when it gets
That's
announced.
Clip
good.
it.
That's good. But-
Rudik said it first.
But at least we heard some news that they're actually doing something, because the thing is with all recently
Boy of War.
we've all seen all the bad news that's been going on with PlayStation. We've been asking, like, what are you guys doing behind the scenes? I mean, what's going on with you guys lately? I mean, what's happening? what's cooking? I'm happy that they're actually sitting there announcing a couple things, because
Dark has a good name there. He said they should call it Boy of War.
Oh my
Boy.
boy, I'm just happy that something is cooking. That's good. That's good on their side.
Well, this game possibly will be coming to the PlayStation 5 Pro. Let's move on to the next topic.
Lord.
And mainly, I want to hear Rudik's opinion about possible PlayStation 5 Pro. We talked about it last week, so what do you think about it?
Absolutely.
Actually, Plume, were you here?
Last week, yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
My opinion on it is this is a console. It is a mid-generation refresh, and that means they're not going to be changing the CPU. So no one should be expecting that, or else the change of the CPU would equal brand new console. What we are getting is improvements on AI upscaling. And what they're planning to do with this AI upscaling is introduce ray tracing. This machine will be a ray trace on machine. And I think that's what they're going to be pushing forward with this device. I believe we'll be getting both quality and performance modes, both with RTX on and that is their main goal with the technology they're pushing forward on it. I believe they call it the PlayStation Super Spectral Resolution, PSSR. Other than that, I do not believe that this is going to magically create 60 FPS on games going forward. I do not believe that this is stronger than gaming PCs. I simply just think it's a ray tracing on machine. But that's my perspective on the console.
You don't think with the SSD being a little bit faster? No, just kidding.
What was it, like 10% faster? I'm sure it'll be more optimal. Maybe it'll run cooler. But at the same time, they've planned this mid console refresh already. It's like any mid console refresh. It's going to be more efficient. But in my what I've done on the reading is they're pushing ray tracing. They really want these games to have those lighting effects, and it's something that they care about. It's a sticker they put on their boxes, on their consoles, right? So they really want to make sure they're delivering on that aspect of gaming, and that's what I think it's for.
Okay, and following up on that, Xbox has had, the power narrative with the most powerful console. Being that the PlayStation Pro might be more powerful, do you think the Xbox brand should do a Pro to then kind of counter that, or what's your opinion?
My opinion is that Xbox created, I believe, already a leaked sort of presentation which displayed a mid-console refresh. And from what I saw, the power usage on that thing was lower. I believe it was going through a USB-C. But in terms of Xbox being more powerful, completely understand that. They have more 120 FPS games. They're pushing more games at 60 FPS, I believe. But you know what? Hey, I believe they will do it. It's part of their business strategy with this console lifestyle. I think we'd be silly to think that they're not going to do it. But yeah, that would be my thoughts on it.
Do you think it's a smart decision, though?
I think, honestly, they need to get rid of the consoles altogether and just go on apps. I mean, I don't need another box on my monitor if my monitor can just run it already off of cloud services. But I'm spoiled in Canada with fantastic internet, so I know that it may be different for others, so I do try to sympathize there. But I feel, honestly, that's the way moving forward. Just let me play everything on my monitor, and let me stream it through the internet with no local saves. I don't want to use my own local hardware or maintain it. I want you guys to do that because I'm not great at it and it's messy in my house. So dust gets in the machine.
Oh, there you go. Some people want the monster machine. Some people are just happy with the cloud.
I can't be happy with the cloud because we still don't get cloud here.
Yeah.
Dude, Xbox is the only one pushing cloud native games forward. I cannot wait to see what Kojima does with Xbox with this OD game, I believe it's called.
Yes.
Hey, PlayStation, where are you at in pushing cloud native games? I hope Nintendo comes to the table with something. I hope Valve comes to the table with something. I really just want to see cloud native games sort of take precedence and show people the power of cloud, because as an ex-Stadian, I have a special part in my heart for the cloud. But yeah, I'll go down with that ship. Local hardware will always have a place. It will always have a need, as long as internet infrastructure isn't as consistent as electricity.
Let me ask you this, since you're the cloud expert. I was talking with a friend of mine, and I was saying that to me, the future is, like you said, cloud native games, because I personally think that one, not only cloud native game, but actually developing straight up for cloud, in the cloud and everything. Because if you think about it, it's going to be better for like you're not gonna have to create games for like a certain platform. It's all gonna be just one, just for the cloud, and it's gonna be able to scale to whatever device. And then I feel like it's going to be less resources for the developers to like, you know, they can all concentrate in only one platform. It's it's gonna be cheaper. Like I feel like there's so many benefits to that. What do you think
Yeah,
about that?
I would 100% agree. There are large benefits, especially when pushing updates. One big thing I loved about Stadia for anybody who's a competition shooter is that there was no hackers, there was no cheaters, because everything was controlled on the Google side. That was one of the largest aspects. People, Destiny 2 players, would actually come over to Stadia to play trials to avoid all of the hackers and the cheaters, because that didn't exist when cloud is being hosted somewhere else. Just the fact that, you know, Dragon's Dogma 2, it takes a hit on performance based on the amount of CPU energy being devoted to all the NPCs. If that was handled by a cloud system, you'd be able to hold a higher performance without taxing your CPU, because your system on that other end is has unlimited power. Well, it doesn't have unlimited power, but it has a threshold for power that will be able to hold the FPS you're looking for at the same time as creating a great gameplay experience. So I actually think that as software is getting more and more impressive, you saw this Unreal Engine 5.4 presentation where we saw the Marvel game displayed. I mean, that thing looks phenomenal. When that comes out, I mean, how are our consoles designed in 2018 supposed to handle those software like products that are coming out? I feel like software is shooting way far ahead of what we have on our hardware end. And that's why we're not seeing constant 60 FPS held games. I really think we need to get to a place where we're not tied down to the box we own on our desk. We just click on an app and we're working and we're playing our game at its highest potential performance. And I really hope we get to that point.
Yeah, I agree, and I also think that for developers, they won't have to like. I don't feel like the hardware will hold the game back. Like they're able to design the game they want to make, and they don't have to think about, you know, what is the specific, the specifications or the requirements for X and that. They just build it for the cloud, and they can have a system where the clouds, upscale it to whatever device you're using it on.
Well, let me drop a little bit of scariness here for you. I believe we're actually coming close to the end of people designing video games for us. We may be at a point where games are simply too expensive to design, create, storyboard, and push out to people. And AI is now developing at an exponential rate. You saw videos from Sora a year ago translate to videos from now. I mean, what we're seeing is leapfolds in technology. So in about 5 to 10 years, it wouldn't be out of this world to think you're going to sit at your thing, your computer, you're going to type, I want to play action adventure samurai game. And it's creating it for you, and that's the game you're playing. I believe that may be not too far from the future, because simply getting people together to create and design a game is becoming $300 million project at which no one can take risks anymore.
I can see AI as a tool to help, but I don't see it like that, like you're seeing it there. But I agree with everything else, but right there, I think that's a little much. But
well, there is already a tool out there that creates games, but it only can do basic like 2D side-scrolling platformers, and everything we've seen come out of it, I forget the name of it, but everything we've seen come out of it is not very good. So I think there will be a point, like I agree, I think there will be a point where AI is actually creating games, but how good will those games truly be, right? That's the question that we don't have that answer to yet. But yeah, I don't know if it'll completely destroy all developers and everything. I don't know if I'd want that, but I think there will be a point where we do see AI actually do some of this stuff and take a huge load off of the development of these games, at least some of the processes that go into it.
Yeah, that I do see.
I was about to jump in like to say that they've been using AI for a while for movie scripts. I mean, they've been doing like majority of these movies that you're seeing right now are basically AI movie scripts, and what they do is they hand it to a writer. The writer reads through it. He does a couple things, checks a couple things. If he doesn't like that idea, he'll switch a couple things around, and then he delivers it for people to say, okay, I like this idea. You know, they check the whole AI script and they check the other script and they say, okay, I like this idea what the writer put in. So at the end of the day, there is still going to be people working on this sort of stuff because I mean, AI in order for it to bring up a perfect game is going to take them a long, long, long time for somebody to sit there and say, okay, let's give it a go. We trust this. Let's throw it out. You know, so let's put it out there. It's going to be a long, long time. I think I by that time we'll probably get Terminators. You know, I don't know, but when that happens, but
Before or after GTA 7?
if oh Lord, I think it's gonna be after
Because
GTA.
that's really, I think, the milestone. I think GTA 7 may be the last people created game.
Oh yeah, but like I said though, I mean they gotta sit down. They gotta
It
check it
may
out.
be.
It may be because
Maybe.
they gotta sit down because for AI, what's gonna do when I've been reading through it, like for examples, it's gonna fix a lot of the issues that when developers throw out these games to the console or the platform, whatever, whichever platform will throw it out, AI is going to help them check all the errors it has. It's going to do it much more faster than a person that sits there, you know, check out the game and go through it. It's going to find out all the errors, help the devs, you know, do the coding, fix it all up, and throw the game, you know, how it has to come out 100%. Not like how we're receiving them, which is like between 70 to 100%. Because when we see a game go out there and all of a sudden you see like 2 or 3 days later they throw in a patch, then a month, like 3 weeks later, throw in another patch, and a couple months, more patches, more patches. It's because the game has not been 100% completed in its full cycle, and AI is going to help them out with that. That's what I'm seeing as of now. But I get what you're going, but it's gonna be it's gonna be way, way, way more farther than 10 years till we get that.
All right. Well, there's another rumor going around that Xbox might be designing or releasing soon. Who knows? Xbox handheld. Finally, it's been asked for like forever, I think, and there's big rumors out there. Um, we've seen big rumors before come out to be nothing burger, but this seems to have some weight. Phil Spencer has talked, and he has mentioned a few things. And what do you guys think about a possible Xbox dedicated handheld? Like, I think it makes sense personally because of Game Pass. A lot of people want to play on the go, especially Nintendo Switch has kind of like made it a thing where like people's people just love the concept of like you can play on your couch while it's being docked, but you can also undock it and take it on the go, and you're able to catch up and play whatever. And just like Rudik, the majority of people, they don't really care about like the the 120 frames, 4K. They just want to play games. So I think personally it makes sense for what they're trying to do, and especially with the whole cloud gaming and everything. But what do you think, Crazy? Let's start with you this time.
What handheld? Nobody wants a handheld. Why more handhelds? We don't care about handhelds. What are we talking? Nah, I'm
You,
just kidding.
you,
I'm
you
just
just mad because you don't have one. You just mad because you don't have one.
Nah, you kidding me, man? I'm telling you that thing has me pumped. You don't know how pumped I am to get an Xbox handheld. I mean, if this thing releases, especially with all the news that we've been seeing, like for example, Phil wants Epic on the Xbox. It wants it probably probably get Steam on there. Oh my god, oh my god, that would be the monster handheld of all time. I mean, they also make it like the battery lasts longer than all the other handhelds and stuff like that. I am down for that sucker 100%. I even said this before. I don't know if I said it on here or said it on all the channels, but I said if they do come out with this handheld, I mean, I'm getting this handheld and I'm getting myself a console. I'm getting them both. I'm getting them both. So when I'm on the go, I'll take my handheld. When I'm here at home, I'll play on my console. Because seriously, why the hell not? I mean, ever since handhelds have become popular, right? They become popular because like you said, you mentioned the Switch. Look at Switch. Switch right now is at 140 million sales, guys. 140 million sales. That's that's probably more than the it's more than the Wii U. How much did the Wii U sell? 120? I don't
You mean
remember
the
how much.
Wii?
The Wii,
The
yeah,
Wii
the
U
Wii.
sold 13 million.
Oh, the Wii. My bad, the Wii. I keep confusing them. We use the same thing. But how
Yeah,
much did
it's
the Wii sell?
I'm pretty sure it's more because the Switch 2, the Switch is coming up on the best-selling console of all time, beating the PS2. So
Oh my god, they're actually doing that. Oh
yeah,
my god, if they do that, that would be freaking crazy. Because that's
yeah,
the thing though. It's getting more people to go ahead and buy it because like how Sour said it, it's awesome that you can dock it and it's awesome you can take it everywhere. That's the whole point. I see a lot of people traveling, they take their Switch. Not only that, it's not that expensive as the other ones because I mean those ROG Agalize and all those handhelds are like what 600 to plus. I mean, for the better tier. But the Switch, plain and simple, what is it, 300, $400? And you take it everywhere. The only thing I don't like about it is the battery life. It's too, for me, they need to up that up a little bit, like probably to 4 or 5 hours because that's how pretty much how much you need, In case
For
you like
what? For battery life or what?
for battery
Switch
life,
has a good battery life.
Switch got a good battery life.
Yeah,
It does. I'm talking because I have the really, really, really old Switch. I have the first Switch, so I don't know if that thing has changed. It probably has, yeah. But again, if they can make that battery life way better, man, and if Xbox comes with this handheld with power, 4K native 60 FPS, man, oh my god. If that actually does happen and these devs actually deliver these games at 4K native 60, I will be happy as hell. And especially if they do get Epic and Steam on that thing. Oh my god, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome.
What about you, Plume? So go with your Plume.
for
Yeah,
the Switch,
Xbox
I mean,
handheld.
yeah, I mean, I would love this thing. I would love this thing. I think it would be literally a no-brainer for Xbox to do based off of their strategy of playing Xbox everywhere. And the thing that they're missing is being able to play Xbox everywhere natively, right? Because you can play on the cloud, but if like you're out on the bus or you're outside of some good internet, it's just not a good experience. But having something you can download games and then also access your entire catalog, not just through Game Pass, would be great. And also adding a console UI in there would make it, I think, ahead of a lot of the other or out of all the PC handhelds out there. That's the main thing to me that holds them back. Like my ROG Ally, right? It's just the Windows experience isn't great, right? But if you put console experience on there, it'll be a lot better. But when it comes to the actual like performance and stuff, I'm actually like, I think to me, the best move would be if they somehow release this thing this generation as the console that comes out at the end of this year or something, and they just keep it so that it has that Series S baseline. Developers just need to hit that, and then you can start automatically playing all of your Xbox games. You can start playing new games on it when they do come out, and you just carry that handheld over to the next generation of Xbox. I don't think it needs to be a huge powerhouse because you're playing it on the go. You have a smaller screen. You don't need 4K on a handheld. You're fine with like I play like on. It's probably a good question for those who have the Asus or a PC handle. Do you always play it on 1080p? Because I have mine on like 720p all the time, and it's fine just to save battery and stuff. So you don't even need like an insane resolution on these things. Um, but to me, it's absolutely no brainer. As you can tell, I'm pretty excited for an Xbox handheld if this thing actually does come out.
Yeah. Normally for me, I play connected on the ROG Ally. So I normally put it 1080p.
You mean
However,
like plugged in the chart, like
plug
with
in,
the,
yeah, plug
oh,
in, charge in turbo mode,
yeah.
and I tweaked it a little bit, but it all depends on the game. Like for example, Dragon Dogma, I did have to put it. I put it at 720p. So whenever I play on the ROG Ally, I'm playing 720p, and I have certain settings so the game could run,
And it
as
looks
best as
fine, right, on
yeah.
that screen. Like,
Yeah, because it's
a
a
small
small
screen.
screen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same with the Switch. Like, Maker of Chaos in the chat here says 720p in handheld mode. And if the one thing the Switch has proven is that it doesn't matter. It's what the convenience of that device is what sells it, and being able to take your games on the go, pretty much.
Yep, exactly. I would love to play more on my PC, like the normal PC, but unfortunately, you have family, you have other things to do, so the ROG Ally is more convenient for me to play the most, and that's where I game the most. When I have time, I do come downstairs. I play, when I want the better experience, but that's not always the case. But I do agree that it would be great to have an Xbox handheld. I do think that another way they can do is just make an Xbox OS where I can install it into my OG Ally or my Steam Deck, etc. And even if it's like a second option, you can also do that. And I feel like that'd be great because I can even build a PC just for gaming and just install that. And I feel like you could probably get some nasty performance, especially if they add, your Steam library, like the Steam app and everything. That would be pretty cool.
If they do that, man, that means Sourblow. That means, are we gonna get PlayStation games on the Xbox?
You already can through the browser.
Kind of, yeah, but just buy a PlayStation. Actually, you have one, but root it. Would you? I know you don't own an Xbox, but would you buy an Xbox if it's they come out with a handheld?
So I do not have an Xbox, but as a GeForce Now ambassador, they give us access to PC Game Pass. So I am able to access the Game Pass catalog that's made available to me via the cloud and GeForce Now. So that is pretty cool. But what I will have to say on the Xbox handheld, and first of all, I want to state I'm not a mobile gamer. All my gaming I do in my zone, in my sitting area, on my lazy boy office chair with my DualSense Edge, with the back paddles. I love hashtag back paddles. I love back paddles. Best part of a controller. So I'm not a big mobile gamer. I don't have the mobile devices. But I will say for the Xbox handheld, I hope, and I know you guys probably talked about it on here a couple months back, but I'm fingers crossed you guys get a remote play handheld device and watch it come for you guys. Watch that Xbox handheld be released with remote play only. And that is my hope for all of you guys. I'm putting it out there. Cheers and good luck.
No, no.
I don't think we want that.
No.
I don't think that's
No.
necessary. You can use anything for remote play.
No.
Yeah, why do you think the PlayStation Portal was? People were like, what? Why? We wanted PSP. You know what we wanted, and you didn't give it to us.
Just like, God, no.
We don't want that bad. We don't want that. Look, I'll give an example, right? PS Portal came out. I was one of the guys that says, why the hell? Right? Why? With remote play and everything? Because listen, I live in a country that the power goes out. Imagine you, right? You take this big ass thing, because it's a big ass thing. I mean, it's not small, it's a big ass thing with the screen on it, right? You take this thing, you put it in, put it in this case, and you go and traveling, let's say anywhere around the world. Okay, let's go. Man, turn that sucker on, and it just doesn't work because my PS5, because of the power outage, it's just, that's it. I can't remote play. I mean, I will be mad. I will be furious. Like, why the hell am I going to take this thing with me? Why? And I said the same thing. Why am I going to buy this? Because it's not, for me, it's not going to be functional. And I remember that I saw somebody with a PS Porter here in Dominican, and he was saying, "Look at this, it's so great." I mean, this. I grabbed this thing, and I was like, "Yeah, no." I kind of like. I was like, "Man, I probably might drop her or something. Probably might break." I don't know. I found it like a bit flimsy, but other than that, though, I asked the guy, "Okay, so what happens if your power goes out? What you gonna do?" "Oh, I have this. Oh, I have that." I'm like, "Okay, so besides you, so you bought this extra, you bought another thing extra in order to keep the PS5 on if the power goes out." I mean, my God, you spent a lot of money on that stuff. Me, if it was released that you can play it offline, it would have been great. But nope, nope. That remote play just doesn't work for me. It even happens to me on my cell phone because I can remote play on my cell phone. I can do it with the Xbox, but if the power goes out, I'm doomed. That's it. Doom and gloom.
All right. Well, we almost got to go offline. Before we do, Ruda, I want to ask you real quick, what is your most anticipated game right now?
That would have to be Black Myth Wukong. I have been seeing a lot of footage on that game. It gives me strong Sekiro vibes in terms of speed, action, parrying, size of bosses, and not to mention the graphics look out of this world. I'm a gameplay first type of person, and when it comes to overcoming bosses that are meant to stop gamers, I love it. When it comes to games that are difficult and they have no difficulty settings, that is me. Bring on the challenge and give me extra hard setting. I have a setting on my PlayStation that I say put every game without my choice to the hardest difficulty. So bring it on. I can't wait for it. That is my number one anticipated game for the year, and it's a multi-plat game if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
The other game I'm looking forward to, and I know which hasn't been rated yet, is Snow Day. So I look forward to getting into that and just having some silly South Park fun with that game. I know it just released, but I
Oh,
haven't
it
got
just
to
released.
play it.
Okay.
I haven't got to play it yet, but I look forward to booting that up in the next
Yes.
couple days.
South Park fan, let's go. I love South Park too.
All right. Well, it's a pleasure having you, Rudik. Crazy. I think it's time to land the plane.
We're not gonna do the thing, the wheel thing.
No tower control today.
No tower control today. Sour, do you gotta watch wrestling today? That's why you're trying to push me off the thing.
No. It's when we have the. I forgot to change the. I forgot to fix the itinerary, but when we have guests, there's no tower control.
Oh, okay. I get it. But anyways, Rudix, thank you, brother, for joining us on this episode, man. You were awesome. You were fantastic. Really, you nailed a lot of good points. We had a great conversation, great debates, great fun, brother. Really had a lot of fun with you. Can't wait to have you back again in the near future. Man, it was really fun. Really fun. And like always, chat, you guys rocking and rolling. I love you all to death. You guys rule. What's so funny? Sour.
Nothing. Nothing.
Oh, you
You
said
ain't-
shirt? Oh, okay. I'll go get my shirt.
No,
Too.
the shirt. Yeah, Super
The shirt.
PlayStation Bros.
Super PlayStation.
Two PlayStation Bros. I got a question for you, Rudix, real quick. I
Yeah.
got a question. Since you got Game
Yep.
Pass now, how do you feel about it?
Game Pass gives me the ability to have a wide variety of games I like as part of day one. Lies of P coming day one to Game Pass was a great move. That was a lot of fun. I played all the way through it, and I got it as part of a subscription. Pow World, I wanted to check it out, but I didn't want to pay for it or buy it. I'm glad I had access on the subscription. There hasn't been too much out there for me right now that's got me excited, but one thing that I am looking forward to is playing the second part of Hellblade. That's coming around the corner, and I definitely think that'll be another great get for Game Pass. It's great value, but I just don't know how sustainable it is moving forward, paying millions of dollars to come onto your to your subscription. I hope it works out for them, but as a consumer, as a gamer, I mean, you win for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
Exactly. That's what we want. That's what we want to win, save some money. Great answer, brother. Great answer, brother. But Rudix, brother, let's start off with you. Since you're our awesome guest, please tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. You can find me at Rudigs, RUDIGGZ. That's in YouTube, Twitter, and Threads. You can find me across all those platforms. I'll actually be streaming tonight in about an hour. I get together with my siblings and we go on Fortnite, and I call it Family Game Night. We just have a blast, chatting, laughing, getting those victory royales. We've been doing it now for 2 years. I can't believe it. It's been an ongoing stream of ours. So really love it, really enjoy it. But other than that, you can find me doing so many podcasts. I got at Cloud and Console. We're doing Super PlayStation Bros, the Cloud Gaming Podcast, and my new personal favorite, Gamers Who Lift. That's right. We're pumping iron and we're talking about games. So we just have fun. And also the Download, a roundtable podcast where we talk about everything gaming and technology. So I'm doing everything all the time. So check me out.
All right, brother. Thank you. Thank you. What?
I just noticed he wasn't on screen. Sorry about that. I was looking at the editor screen.
Oh, you were looking at me. I was like, huh?
And
No,
not to
not at
mention,
you.
so at the top of the show, you said Azorian. So Azorian is actually Portuguese islands. This is a tattoo of the crest of the island. And that's where both my parents are from. That's why I don't necessarily look like your average Canadian. But island people for life, man. Love the lifestyle. Went and lived there for a couple months, and I didn't want to come back. Man, it's amazing out there.
I'll switch with you. I'll switch with you, man. Take me over there to winter. Too hot here.
You should just head to the Azores, man. I'm telling you, it's a perfect balance of island life, not too cold, still warm weather.
It's too hot here. It's too hot. But man, again, thank you so much for joining us on this episode, brother. Really appreciate it. Sourblow! All right, we all know you have to go watch wrestling, so please tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
Wrestling. I'm probably gonna play some Dragon Dogma.
Oh, okay. Are you gonna invite me?
For what? What do you mean?
You gotta teach me a couple things because I'm running like an idiot over there, streaming and all that stuff.
I probably was gonna play in the handheld, but I'll see if I can sneak downstairs.
The answer is no, Louis. He will not be inviting you.
I'll try. But you can find me sometimes Friday at Xbox International en Español with Elvio and Eternal Shaddai. Also, ASCAP Gaming. It's basically similar to here, but a little bit different flavor. It's in Spanish. So go follow those guys. They're amazing. You can find me, of course, here every Wednesday, but you can also follow me on Twitter. You can find me on Xbox, Sourblow 18. And yeah, you can reach out whenever if you have any questions or whatever. If you want to play video games, just hit me up. I'll try to make it happen. But, busy schedule, being a parent and all that, work, everything. Especially now, summer. With 2 kids, it's too many activities.
Yeah, summer's coming soon.
Plume kind of smiled like, I'm in for something.
Like,
oh, man.
Because I was going to go right to Plume because we all know what he does in the summer. He starts recruiting Dominican baseball players.
And when you go,
hey, we rep the same country now. Yeah, there's 2 Canadians on the panel.
There is. Louis, I'm waiting for your tryout. When are you coming down to? When are you coming up? Very high to try out.
Oh, I gotta go. I'm a pretty good baseball player, man. To be honest, man, I know how to swing that bat real well, and I pitch real well too, man. Yeah, I got a good aim.
Lord,
this sounds like, I don't know if this is the truth or if this is
150
beer star.
I think it is.
Oh. What do you mean?
I think you could be a good power hitter, Louis, with the your body shape behind the ball.
Heck yeah, man. Heck yeah. I hit a couple home runs.
Yeah, that's why I see you, just the
You're-
cleanup hitter. But yeah, well, you're asking me where you can find me. I'm guessing, right? Is this
Yeah,
why we're talking to me right now? Yeah.
I
Blu-
was gonna tell you a quick funny story when I was a kid playing baseball. What okay? I'll leave it for another day.
yeah, Plume Gaming. Rudy's great chatting with you. Lots of interesting stuff. And yes, fellow Canadians, this is now the Xbox Canadian podcast. There's no longer the international podcast. We are taking over.
They're taking
But yeah,
over.
but Plume Gaming, YouTube, and X and stuff. Yeah, you guys know where to find me.
All right. And where can you find the crazy one? Or do you guys want to hear my baseball
No.
story?
No, we don't want to know anything about you.
It was gonna be
Well,
fun.
goodbye. Nice.
Louis, tell the story. Tell the story.
All right, who wants to know? So when I was a kid, I was, back in the day, it was Jose Canseco and all that stuff, man. And I was like, man, I went to again and said, I'm gonna steal a base. I said, I gotta go steal a base. That was my main goal. But I made the mistake and stole the base while the bases were all loaded. So we got 3 outs right there. That was my mistake.
I feel like that is the most unsurprising baseball story from you. That's not surprising.
Oh my god.
I've been a boo-boo. I totally forgot there was a guy in second and third. I was like, I'm gonna steal a base, and I ran. And then the other was like, "What the hell are you doing?" And all of them started running, and all of them got out. And I was like, "Oh crap!"
And that was the end of your career.
That was my end of my career. That was it. But where can you find the crazy ones? Simple and easy. You can find them on Twitter at Crazy Louis Gaming. I know. I've been showing with the good morning videos, but trust me, guys, I'll get back to that energy and do it. It's hey, lots of rumors, lots of crazy stuff out there. It's just every time I see that stuff, it's just. But anyway, I'll come back to it. Also, you can find me on Mondays at the Double Barrel Gaming YouTube channel, Xbox Lunch Break Special, and like always, here on the Xbox International Podcast, 7 p.m. ET with Sourblow, the Big Plume, and our absent captain that we don't know when he's coming back. But he'll come back soon. But yeah, guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Also, hit that bell so we can tell you when HBI content comes on. And remember, let's go, let's rock, and don't go streaking in Dragon Dogma. Yes, see you all next Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've arrived at our destination. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captain turns off this live stream. On behalf of Xbox International, I'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we're looking forward to seeing you aboard next Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.